Hello, my name is Liliana Alvarado Garcia, and this is assignment number 2. This is the importance of women in tech history, summarized in 5 minutes or so. As we know, men and women have been seen as unequal in many ways, and in the patriarchal system, men are seen as greater than women, from being gender stereotyped to the inequality in workforce. Gender stereotyping refers to the act of designating specific attributes and characteristics to men and women, such as the actions and ways of behaving in their everyday lives. Yet, for this video, I will try to summarize as much as possible the importance and history of women in the tech field. When one thinks of a person working in the tech field, such as in computing and programming, one often pictures a man, wearing glasses, holding his cup of coffee, surrounded by computers, like this one. It has been this way since technology was just being introduced as a work area, because there were concerns of women being seen as less feminine and working in the tech field. Yet women were in fact called computers way before an actual computer had been created. They were the human computers. These women sat at tables and calculated difficult math by hand. This was seen as an easy task to do for women, which was and still is a stereotype. So naturally, women were thought to be able to do easy work, such as math by hand, or in other words, these women were already computing with their minds. Later on, when technology was advancing, women were then used to program computers, meaning they had to use devices to solve different problems. In 1843, Ada Lovelace designed the first computer algorithm, which made her the first computer programmer. Ada, like many other women, were in reality the first software engineers, due to it being seen as less important and easier than planning, designing, and the hardware done by men. These women were in some way lessening the great gender stereotypes of the future by making a space for themselves in the tech field. Later on, in the 1960s, programming was seen as a more valuable thing to do, which caught the attention of men, who at first had belittled this work. The whole tech field had now been seen as a man's place of work, a place containing really hard information to understand for women. Women were now encouraged to stay at home and become housewives. They had been moved to be back home, yet their presence in the tech history was still going to be important. Women, now at home, became the center of attention for the creation of new technological devices. Women were in some way part of our research in trying to figure out how to make household chores easier for them. This included new technological devices like the stove instead of a fireplace, the creation of washers instead of manual clothes wash, and the invention of an iron. This as well helped and motivated women to start families and raise their children. Both men and women have been involved in the growth and development of the tech field. Both have worked together to accomplish the many technological devices and resources we have now. Yet the tech field has as well brought forth a negative impact. That is the gender stereotype in the tech and science careers. In this history of technology, men have made themselves superior in this career. They have made the face of technology masculine. Women have had their presence in the tech history. They have contributed to the development of tech, yet their stories and accomplishments are not as loud as their men partners. Every story should be heard, especially those of women of color and their contribution to the tech field, like Valerie Thomas, who became an important African American in technology and science with NASA. These stories of the importance of women in the tech field should be heard by young girls, to encourage them of ending this gender stereotype of what women are capable of accomplishing.